Hello everyone, welcome to our series of sociology lectures. This is Dr. Shahrikh Khan and today we are going to discuss primary group. The concept of primary group was given by C.H. Cooley in his famous book Social Organization, a Study of Larger Mind in 1909. So he gave this concept of primary group, and as we see that these primary groups are the smaller group where we have very close contact with each other and people have face to face relationship with one another, mutual aid and companionship. They all are together, they are sharing their basic ways of life, living together, knowing each other personally, and sharing very intimate relationship with each other. So as C.H. Cooley, he describes it that primary group. By primary group, I mean those characterized by intimate face-to-face association. So these intimate associations are there, face-to-face groups are there, and their direct cooperation with each other. They are primary in several senses, but chiefly in that they are fundamental in framing the social nature and ideals of the individual. So they are primary in several ways. They are living together, they are sharing all primary needs and framing the social nature and ideal of the individual. They are framing social nature, very close relationship with each other of all the individuals. In primary groups, we have close, intimate relationship with each other, face-to-face relationship, close relationship, and it is very informal group. It is not based on any type of contract or any terms and condition. It is just a spontaneous group which is formed, which has come into being because we are part of it. We are born in that. So there might be different examples of this primary group. These are family. You know that family is the most intimate group where all members they live together, they interact with each other in an organized, in a informal setting, they share anything with each other. So it is very close and intimate relationship. Then we have our neighborhood, our play groups, gossip groups, gangs, our friend. So there are many primary groups which are very important to us, where we feel very easy. We do not require any formal contract or formal setting in that. It is all informal and very intimate relationship are there. We can better understand its meaning if we see its different characteristics. So here are some of the characteristics. First is face-to-face interaction. So in primary group, the interaction, the relationship between the people, among the people, is face to face. It is direct. They are living together, they are sitting, chatting with each other, sharing their experiences, just informal talk. They know each other very personally, they know about them, each and every aspect, they understand them in a very understanding of each other is there. So here relationship are face to face and direct. There is no formality over there. It is informal. Then comes the size. You see, the size of these primary group is small. It consisted of hardly 5-10 members. If the group will become bigger, then it will lose its characteristic of primary group. It will turn into secondary group. So in primary group, its size is small. Its size does not go very big. So in this, only those members which are very intimate with each other, very close to each other, they all are part of a particular family, they all are part of a neighborhood, small groups, gossip groups, friend circle, these all are the part of this primary group. Intimacy. There are very intimate and very close contact with each other. They love each other. They share each and every experience of their life. Everyone knows everything about the other. This intimacy is so much that they do not hide anything with each other, share each and everything, and very close contact, very informal contact are among them. Then physical proximity or nearness. So this physical proximity is very close. They are very near to each other. They live their most of their life in that primary group. They are living in a particular place, in a room, in a house, sharing the same room, sharing food, discussing, interacting with each other throughout the day. So this physical proximity brings them very close to each other. They are close to each other. They are very near to each other. Family members are there. Then your gossip group or gang or your friend circle, these all are also very close to each other. You meet them every day or very often. So there is the physical proximity. Mutual aid and help. These members of primary group, there is mutual aid among themselves. They help each other. Whenever any member of that group is in problem, they come together, they help, they provide all possible aid to them. So in that way, they are the companion of all happiness and sorrow. Whenever any one member requires any help from them, they come forward and provide all possible help. So in that way, this mutual aid is very important. These members of primary group are always ready to provide any sort of help which the member require. If any person has met any accident or falls sick, or in problem because of any reason, so they are there to provide all possible helps. Then next is stability of the group. You know that these primary group are very stable in nature. Our whole life is spent with our primary group. We are born in that primary group. We remain the member of that primary group throughout our life. For example, you see the family. So family is the part and parcel of our life. Our parents, our brother, our sister, our other kins, they all are parcel of our life. So this primary group is a very stable group. Our whole life is spent in this primary group. Although friend circle, they are part of now, you have gone somewhere, taken job somewhere, but still you remain in contact with them, you share your things with them, and then at that place also you make a friend circle of very close person. So again you form that group. So this stability of the group is relatively permanent. Then comes the similarity of the background. You see that most of the member of this primary group, they belong to the same background. Their family background, their economic condition, their background of education, social life, economic life, each and everything is more or less same. There might be little difference, but it is not that much difference. So they share the similarity of the background. This similarity of background brings them closer to each other because their problems are common. They belong to the same economic group, same middle class, higher class, lower class, whatever it is. So wherever you are, whatever group you belong, whatever class you belong, so these all members more or less they are same. So it shows the similarity of the background. Then next characteristic is limited self-interest. Your personal interests are set aside. There is very less personal interest or no personal interest at all. Here the interest is of cooperation. Here the interest is of helping each other, ready to provide any sort of need or help they require to solve problems for them. So we keep aside our self-interest. We are not self-interest motivated individual in our primary group, but we look after the welfare of whole group. We look after the interest of the group, not the self-interest. So in that way, very limited self-interest are there. Our self-interest is only that our needs are fulfilled. So in that way, where we are forming the primary group, our self-interest is set aside and the group interest is more important than the self-interest. Then cooperation. Here it is direct cooperation. There is no indirect cooperation in this primary group. So they all are cooperating with each other directly because they are there together. They are very having closeness with each other, very nearness to each other, and that is why when they are living together, so they are directly providing all possible help, all cooperation which the member requires. So here it is direct cooperation. So these are some of the important characteristics of primary group. Hope you might have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.